Hello and welcome to Daddy Knows Best. My name is Manny. I'm here with Josh. How you doing, Josh?
What's going on, Mr. Manny?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. What's on the agenda today, Josh?
I don't know, man. My mouth tastes like pennies. You know what they say
Oh,
when your mouth tastes like pennies?
that you've been licking somebody's butthole?
Maybe, but maybe not. Like the pennies and the blood in your mouth. We're gonna play through Bloodborne, and out of all the games you come to me with, this is the gamiest of games. This is the motherfucker of video games, and I'm curious to see what you think about it.
Well, that's right. That's the game that we're going to be looking at today. Today we're going to be looking at Bloodborne. And the good thing about Bloodborne is that there's not a whole lot of introduction. They just kind of throw you in there, and boom, you're in the game. Very little instructions. Not a whole lot of guidance. Not very little hand holding. This game was released in March 24th, 2015 in North America, and it's for the PlayStation 4. And currently the game is priced at about $35. So if you're interested in picking it up, it's not it's not within a bad price range, and it's got a lot to offer in terms of time wise, like how much time you can play.
So tell me
so
a
it's
little
definitely
bit about what's going on. Like what who are you? What's your motivation? Why are you walking around with this sick ass bloody blade? Like what's going on here?
So this is one of the blades that you pick up in the game, and the good thing about Bloodborne is that each weapon has like two types of attacks. So you notice that I'm holding it with one hand, and I can attack like your regular swords, like you would in Demon Souls and Dark Souls. And each weapon has like two variations of attacks. So right now I just healed. You healed using these blood echoes. You can see them on the top left. And right now I'm running away because this is something that you'll do a lot in this game. So whenever I want to use the two-handed attack version of my weapon, I can choose to dip it into the, I guess, where you hold your sword. How would you call that?
The sheath.
The sheath,
Yeah,
and you can choose to sheath your weapon, and then you'll cover it in blood. And the advantage to that is that you'll do more damage. The disadvantage is that you will lose life, over time. So you'll notice every time I sheath my sword, and sorry, I said blood echo for healing. It's blood vial. My bad. So every time I sheath my sword,
I'm surprised
to
you
do
didn't
more
say
damage.
Eustace Flask or Souls and talk about, because this game is a Dark Souls game. I don't know what.
Well, it's a Dark Souls game, but if you notice that you're a lot more mobile than your typical Dark Souls. Like Dark Souls is a lot heavier in terms of movement. Like you'll be doing a lot of dodging in here, and you'll be strafing to the left, strafing to the right, dodging a lot. And I tell you what, it's how in a Dark Souls game, as you're trying to get through a level, you're trying to figure out what's going to happen. So I didn't know that there were people upstairs. Here I am hitting the guy with a pea shooter. I didn't know that there was guys upstairs. So now I got to figure out how the hell can I kill this monster
they're taking
with
a
a weapon
bunch of
that's
health
got.
off you too every time they hit you with
Oh,
going at you.
dude, this is the DLC. So in this DLC, you'll notice that the monsters are just like, oh man, I barely made it in
I don't
there.
know
Like,
how
look
you're
at that.
still standing, dude. What?
You don't have a lot of time
This
to react. Like when an enemy is down, you have to capitalize in that moment. Like this guy, even though he's slow, like look at that. Like he's not, like he was just hit, and it doesn't take very long for him to recover from that hit. So there's my little counter. So you, instead of using your parry and your shield, you use your gun and shoot them right as they're attacking to go ahead and do a counter.
So it kind of acts like the shield parry in Dark Souls.
It does, but as you know, as you have noticed, there is no shield right now. Oh yeah, leave it to Dark Souls to battle a bunch of guys in wheelchairs.
Yeah,
and
that's
make that,
that's so fucking awesome. Like, how I mean, the Dark Souls games are fucked up as it is, but like you just murdered like three dudes in wheelchairs, and they didn't even do anything to you. They were just chilling, having a drink, and you just come in and just bust up their party. That's kind of jacked up.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it in
That's how you do
Bloodborne.
it in Bloodborne.
You're ruthless. So those are
Yeah, you see,
So
there's a lot of interchangeable things between this and Dark Souls. I mean, I happen to love the Dark Souls games, and I wanted to play this one after Dark Souls 3. These enemies that you're fighting, they kind of remind me of the nurses in Silent Hill.
oh yeah, that they move all sort of crooked
Yeah,
and
yeah.
weird and
But they
yeah, these
just have
they
those big old heads.
and you notice that these guys are relentless. They'll follow you for a long time. Like it's incredible how this game just makes. Oh, this guy is horrible. Like all he's doing. Look at that. Look at that. It's freaking all that damage. It's ridiculous.
So it looks like you're
So
going through
as you
some
can,
type of like hospital or something.
yeah, this is like a mental institution.
Of course.
And
Oh, he is not
as you can
giving
see,
up on you.
oh no, this guy is he's gonna come after me, and I'm more focused on the items than I am in gathering souls. So at this point, I'm not really trying to do a lot of the fighting. I'm just trying to get through and to get from point A to point B. So I'm gonna try to counter this guy. There we go. But you see how long? Like it doesn't take much. Like I didn't capitalize soon enough, so I have to wait. There you go. Nope,
You almost
nope,
had it.
too slow, too slow. So it's very. This game is so fast paced. It's not even funny. So I want to talk about the art style about this game. It's this game reminds me a lot to Demon Souls, the Tower of Litria. Remember that?
Yes, yes. One of my favorite parts of that game.
Yeah, and you remember how messed up that level was. Oh, by the way, like that guy that there's a guy there that just killed all these monsters for me. Because they fight each other, like it's. I guess that's.
That's
they
the
just,
dude with the machine gun down there.
Yeah, that's right. That you can see him over there, and this game, the art style really reminds me to that level of Dark Souls 1, and I think it's awesome that they just kind of got inspired from that and kind of started doing an art style that is just completely creepy and messed up and that's just me like doing myself a favor and taking that elevator for whenever I'm down there.
I've always appreciated two things about the games from software is whenever you go through, if you're having a good run and you're getting these items, you always get to keep the items, regardless of the fact that if you should you die in this run, you still get to keep the items, and as well as the art style. The art style, I kind of love the dark and dreary, things that have looked like they've been sitting around for centuries, and all the environments look diverse and run down. And I think they pull it off really well with the upgraded hardware from the PS. Speaking of which, how did you like the story?
I never really paid too much attention to the stories. Not even Dark Souls or Demon Souls.
It's all about the gameplay.
I guess I literally play this game just like I would have, 10 years ago when I was playing original RPGs, and I just kind of like, press X real quick so I could get through the story and just continue fighting. Right. And I think it's because the story is really obscure, and that didn't really appeal to me. But that, I think when I was reading up on an interview from the guy that designed this game, that was his point.
His intention was
he used to read, he used to read a lot of, oh man, I hate this guy. He used to read a lot of stuff that wasn't in his language. So, a lot of times as he was reading stuff, he felt like it was obscure and he didn't quite get it. And he wanted, when he created the game, he says that was the point on why he makes the story so obscure and why he gives lack of direction is because whenever I think he was either reading horror stories or something that he felt like he didn't understand, and he kind of wanted to convey that feeling to players as they're playing this game.
And I think that's also a driving force. That's kind of like a reason. I mean, and in stark contrast to how I play the games, it's like I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to know what I'm doing this for. And if that truth is obscured by the storytelling and intentionally, where you have to actually dig to find the story's main points and to find out what exactly you're doing stuff for. I think that's ingenious in a way, because for those people, that works in both ways. You get the people that are like you, that just want to breeze through the game, that don't really care about the story beats and are just enamored by the gameplay. But then you also get the people like, dude, I want to know what the hell I'm going around fucking gathering brain fluid for. I want to know why I'm killing these rats on top of this cathedral. Or they also, I don't know about this game. Maybe you could attest to it. But a lot of the Dark Souls games provide you a rebuff or a respecking option, to where you can respec the points that you've put into your character to, essentially play as a different build.
No, your respec here is start a new game.
Ooh, that's rough. BloodBorne.
Yeah, it's or at least if there is a way to respec, I haven't really looked into it. But I find it interesting that I love this. There we go. And I find it interesting that in order to actually play this game in a manner that you will really enjoy it, you actually have to do your research on what kind of build you want to do based on your play style. Because if you try to change midway on how how you play because of some weapon you got, and you want to use that weapon because that's what you're going to enjoy, you really have to know that that's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Right. This guy's name is called Living Failure. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's this game is very deep.
Deep cut, dude.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about how the game uses up your time. I think this is one of the best games that I feel uses your time really well. Just because you can do a short burst of playthroughs, because it is constantly saving. So you could play through an area, get a couple souls, or do like a suicide run to get an item. And once you get that item, you're good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can imagine the sense of accomplishment that you get by beating one of these areas is monumental.
I think the hardest thing on this game that's not really using your time really well is trying to beat a boss, just because bosses are so hard that it takes a lot of time and a lot of trial and error. And you'll see in this fight, I freaking kicked the bucket and spoilers. Spoilers on what's about to happen.
So if you had to give it a thumb rating, what would you give it?
I would give this game a definite thumbs up. Now, this is, for anybody that's been looking at this video, this is not a game you play around your kids.
I thought you could play, while they're watching, Bubble Guppies or something.
I would play it on mute and on a tiny screen so they can't see, what I'm doing, because this game is just, bad. Anyways, that's the video. I'm glad you like this game. I give it a thumbs up. Is this a thumbs up as well for you?
Thumbs up from my end.
All right, so this is a two daddy recommend for you guys to go play BloodBorne in private. Adult only.
Be your dirty little dark bloody secret.
Yeah, it's a messy game, man. I'm telling you. Well, that's it for us. That's it for BloodBorne and for our review and our thoughts of BloodBorne. Please visit our website at thegamermind.com. And if you have any questions or comments or requests, just hit us up on Twitter at thegamermind_ or via email at thedaddycast@thegamermind.com. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Daddy Knows Best. Take care and keep gaming.
Take care, guys.